In total, there are now 4,866 people who have recovered from the virus in Alberta, leaving 1,361 active cases. Currently, 73 people are hospitalized with COVID-19, with 12 of those admitted to ICUs. Based on 3,173 new test results over the last 24 hours, we have confirmed 45 new cases. I'm sad to report that the total number of COVID deaths has increased by 1 to 118 deaths in Alberta. I wish to extend my condolences to the friends and families of these individuals, as well as to all Albertans who have lost a loved one recently. As of today, there are 105 active cases in outbreaks at continuing care facilities across the province. 559 residents of continuing care facilities have recovered. At the Cargill facility, there are now 25 active cases in workers and 920 workers who have recovered. There are also 44 active cases among workers at the JBS plant in Brooks. At this facility, 582 have now recovered. And at Harmony Beef, there are 12 active cases in workers and 28 individuals who have recovered. I know when I provide these numbers, it can sometimes be difficult to understand what's happening behind the scenes to combat the outbreaks and bring these numbers down. I want to recognize the Alberta Health and Alberta Health Services teams who are working tirelessly on our response to these outbreaks and our COVID response in general. Their efforts have been vital to our ability to prevent spread of this virus and address immediate concerns in outbreak situations. Their work and the work of many partners such as primary care and newcomer organizations, among many others, is wide-ranging and incredibly important. Today, I would like to provide a bit more information on the workplace guidance documents that were released yesterday. As I have mentioned before, we have provided a very detailed guidance document that applies to all workplaces. This guidance document was in place to provide expectations to all those places of work that have remained open throughout the past few months, and it has recently been updated with more information. These guidelines are applicable to all settings, whether it is a shopping mall, retail business, or a specific sector. Businesses can work through these guidelines and make decisions about how to apply the guidance to their specific setting. This will look different for each environment. In addition, we continue to draft more specific guidelines for certain sectors to reflect unique needs, such as those we have posted for child care facilities and bars and restaurants. An important thing for all businesses to consider is what mechanisms they can put in place so patrons understand what is required of them. Business operators know their business better than we can. And it's a two-way street. Customers and business operators are both responsible for being safe and using common sense. In many settings, it may be appropriate to post signs reminding patrons to not enter if they are feeling ill, and to remind them to maintain 2 meters between themselves and other customers. Business operators will also need to have a mechanism for checking to make sure their employees are well, and to ensure that their employees go home if they are ill and to seek testing if necessary. If businesses have specific questions as they prepare for opening, they can email bizconnect, bizconnect@gov.ab.ca for help with specifics that may not be answered through the website. There is also a commonly asked questions section that will be updated daily. As we move into our relaunch, I encourage all Albertans to help reinforce these new social norms with each other. Once we reopen, we want to stay open, and we want businesses to be successful and Albertans to stay safe. I absolutely understand that it's challenging to be making preparations and decisions when a final decision has yet to be made. The Emergency Management Cabinet Committee will be meeting today and will be making a final decision about proceeding forward. And while I recognize there is that challenge that people ideally would have a lot of lead time, it's also important to make sure that we have the most up-to-date information about our data, about how our trends are going, so that we can take that into account as we make those decisions. So I would ask that businesses and patrons of businesses Be patient, because we do need to make sure that we have that most up-to-date information to discuss as the consideration is made of the relaunch date. And as soon as that decision is made, that announcement will happen tomorrow to make sure that people are aware of what the outcome was of that decision.